Chase from Minigame here, coming at you live from SGC 2015. Please introduce yourself.
I'm David Ayers from Furiously Inactive Games.
And how was the company found? Like, what was the origins of that, you're in the studio?
So it's really, I've been making games for as long as I can remember. I got a computer when I was a kid and taught myself how to program. So me and a buddy of mine have really been tinkering around, doing game jams and making small games for the last 12 years or so. And my wife's brother is an artist, so we kind of just started talking one day and decided we wanted to make a game together, and here we are.
And what is the game?
The game is called We Slay Monsters. It's a turn-based dungeon crawler with a poker-like combat mechanic for killing monsters.
And please go into detail how that works.
Sure, so you've got every class, there's 3 classes in the game, wizards, warriors, and rogues. Each of them has their own unique deck of cards. So in our deck of cards, instead of 4 suits, we have 6 suits. And each of the suits has some special ability. And you use those in poker-like combinations. So you can use pairs and 3 of a kinds and full house and other kinds of combinations.
What drew your inspiration for We Slay Monsters?
I've always been a fan of roguelike games, and I've played them for as long as I can remember. So I'm also a fan of games that are mashup games that take one element from one genre and mix it with another genre. So I've always kind of been drawn to those kind of games that mix those 2 things up, like the match 3 RPGs that there's a lot of these days, where you kind of take 2 different elements and mix them together to make something new. So I kind of thought, hey, I love roguelikes and I like poker, so what if we kind of put those 2 things together?
And what is the story behind We Slay Monsters?
So in the game, the campaign is based on running a school for training adventurers. So your school is a persistent area that you can upgrade over time. You can build new buildings. You can upgrade those buildings to unlock different abilities for your class, for all your different characters. So basically, in the game, you have these characters. Each quest that you go on is something for a local town. And you earn gold for doing quests, or you die. In which case you die, well, there's lots more adventurers out there. So if you earn gold, then you can use that gold to improve your school. And then as your school improves, your characters are stronger, allowing you to fight stronger and harder monsters and harder dungeons.
And what do you think would keep players coming back to the game?
So we think that we've got a good mix of, there's 2 things. One is that as you progress through the game, you're always unlocking new things. So we've got a bunch of different monsters in the game and a bunch of different abilities. So you're always kind of improving your characters and facing new challenges. And then the game is procedurally generated. So every dungeon you face is different than every other dungeon. And the combinations of monsters that you face are different than probably other times that you've played. So as you progress, the ways that monsters work together and that fight together should present unique challenges to players.
Now, what is the most challenging part of developing this game?
Probably time. We're a part-time team, so we've all got day jobs, so we're working on this in our spare time. And really the hardest thing has been finding time for us to get together and work on it, and then just time to actually get the game developed. Another thing that's hard is something we've been working on this for many years, and keeping your motivation up for something is a little bit hard at times. So we kind of have had periods where one or several of us have maybe wanted to do something else, because it's hard to work on a game every weekend of your life for a long time. So, but I think we're in the home stretch for getting the game done.
And how has the game gone as far as development since you've been working on this for several years?
So we launched the game. We had a greenlight campaign going last year at SGC, and we actually got greenlit in November of last year. And the game's been in early access on Steam since November. So we're really hoping. I hate to even put any time frames around it, since we're. I want to release the game when it's ready. So we're going to continue working on it. The game is fairly close to being feature complete, and then we're adding the campaign mode. And then we want to spend a lot of time on balance and on polish. We want the game to look good and feel right. So it takes some iterating to get that done.
Yeah. So far, how's it been showing up the game at SGC?
It's been really great. We've got a great reception. We've had a lot of people that have given us a lot of really great feedback and have been very complimentary. You know, it's a kind of a unique and quirky art style, and some people like it and some people don't. But I think most people have gotten a lot of really great feedback, so I've been pretty happy.
Now, you are actually. I've actually seen this game on the mobile platform last year. Like, is this game going to be on PC and mobile?
So the initial plan was to definitely target mobile. We started working on the game 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Mobile was a very different market space, and really things have dramatically changed. It's super difficult to stand out now in the mobile space. Not that Steam and PC games are much better, but they're, I think, a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to stand out, and there's sort of an indie movement where people are really looking for these kinds of games on Steam. So I think our chances of success on PC and Mac are better. I think if we do see some momentum and do see some, we're able to build sort of a brand and an image around the game, we might look at porting it to mobile. It's definitely capable of doing it. The game's written in Unity, so we can definitely deploy on lots of different platforms.
And what about consoles and handhelds?
I think, again, there's a possibility there. I think we'd have to look at our control scheme and find out how the game would translate to those platforms if you don't have a keyboard. But I think the possibilities are definitely there. Really, being a small team, we have to kind of focus our efforts in a particular area. And right now, we have access to PCs and Macs, so it's easy for us to test on those platforms. As you start expanding the number of things that you are porting your game to, you have to test on all those platforms too. So it's just a lot of work for a small team.
And what is your favorite part about developing this game?
I really enjoy. I'm also the primary game designer, so I've thought of most of the elements in the game and how they work have been my idea. So I really enjoy kind of coming up with unique and interesting and fun things that make the game fun to play.
And I guess lastly, where can people follow you up? Actually, another good question. What is your advice to those who want to work in the game industry?
Start small. Yeah, I think our problem, one of the reasons this game has been so long in development is it's a very broadly scoped game. An RPG with poker mechanics, just RPGs in general just are very big in terms of their content. So I would find something, first find something that is different, right? I mean, everyone in the world has done an RPG, so that's why we took an RPG and added a spin to it. So if you're going to make a game, don't just do whatever, don't make the next Flappy Bird, because there's a million Flappy Birds. Do something different and unique. And that's the great thing about the indie scene. There's so many really interesting and unique games that are out there now that I think it's a great time to be a gamer.
I guess lastly, like, where is the game gone, and like when can you see a release date?
So I would love to promise a release date, but I'm not gonna. We're gonna release the game when it's done, but we are in sort of the last stages. So I think you can get the game right now in early access on Steam. It's only $4.99 during the early access period, so it's a great time to pick it up. And we're gonna get it done as soon as we can.
Well, wish you luck.
All right, thank you very much.